Thomas, come into my studio.
Thank you.
So nice to see you, and thank you very much for joining us here in Copenhagen at the non-event.
And yourself, yeah?
So have you had a good time so far?
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah.
I think that it is in place to introduce you shortly. So who are you and what do you do?
I'm Thomas, and I'm currently working together with this guy, Martin, yeah?
You're working more with OMIKAI and Matthias, aren't you?
We're running an IT company with a good support of yourself.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, yeah. So at this point in time, I think in the evening, I say basically anything you want. So if you give me a manuscript, I do it for you.
Okay, let me ask you maybe a stupid question, but you have a long history in the ERP and financial and MIS systems in Sweden, right?
Yeah, yeah.
A couple of years ago, I met you and we spoke about that you actually think it's a very, very huge advantage for having like silos also within software, that you target specific segments in an industry.
Yeah.
At that time, I don't know if you invested in OMIKAI at that time, but you have invested in OMIKAI afterwards, or at around that time maybe.
I think I invested in OMIKAI around that time, and I think I still believe the same, right? So if you refer to as silos, if you refer to software which is more targeted towards a certain industry,
yes, precisely,
that's what you mean, right? I still believe that very strongly. I think I made a point also at that time that there is a great room for new software vendors, SAS and in opposed to on-premises vendors.
And you know, now you have been investing in OMIKAI and for some years. So how from an investor's perspective, how do you think it is? Is it going well for you, or is it too early to say?
Yeah, I think it's going well. I mean, obviously, as an investor, you always have very high expectations, right, for quick results.
Too high expectations, or
you always have too high expectations, right?
So every time you spend 1 krona, you hope to get 2 kronas in less than a few days, right?
Yeah. And but you know that's not going to happen, right? But still, you believe that.
I actually know that.
Yeah. But still, I think we have done pretty well, right? I mean, we have captured, I think, almost 40 customers.
Which is not so bad, right?
In the Nordic regions, which is good, right? I mean, if I compare to my company.
And as far as I remember, you have actually a prospect line that is quite promising for 2020, right?
We have an enormous prospect line. And if I compare this progress with the company I used to be with before, I think this has gone much faster, really.
And one of the things that is really not surprising, but more like a natural development, is that 2020 is a Drupa year. And OMIKAI will be exhibiting at Drupa in 2020. I think that even from an investor's perspective, that must have a little, you can feel it in your stomach because it's so expensive to go there, right? I guess that you hope to get a return on that investment as well.
Yeah, I think as always, you have to have reasonable expectations for these kind of events, right? But for us, I think it's more to get the first flavor of the European market and perhaps to engage with a few partners and associates in the market.
How difficult do you think that would be to get partners? I mean, because if you look at the number of MIS systems in the market, regardless of price points and quality and segments, it must be difficult for a printer to choose the right partner, but it must also be a challenge to actually find the right channels to sell OMIKAI, right? Maybe not difficult, but take time anyway.
I think it's probably, as always with these kind of events, it's all about the preparations, right? I mean, you can't go there and expect to gain anything unless you have made your homework properly. So, but we don't have any specific expectations, right? We just go there, we try to prepare as good as we can, and if the outcome is good, well done, I think, OMIKAI, but if we can't, I mean, and then we go elsewhere. So,
do you see yourself as a patient investor?
Yeah.
Do you have to be like patient in when you invest in? Because when OMIKAI and you started working together, it was almost a startup, right? They had proven business, but they were almost a startup.
The original company I worked with, the ERP company, it took us 15 years to get to the stock market,
15 years.
And another 15 years to get sold. So
okay, you are patient.
I think I have to have some patience. Yeah.
That's great. And do you have, like, on a personal note, do you have any good New Year's expectations for your personal doings and your business doings in 2020?
Yeah, to work as little as possible and earn as
that
much as
sounds
possible,
like a
right?
nice-
That's supposed to be the camera, right?
Yeah, yeah. And that is live, so you cannot do it. That's a problem, right? but
I'm not sure really. I'm more in it for the fun, right? So
Yeah.
at the time.
But
being.
isn't that nice to be able to work for the fun?
Absolutely.
It must be such a release,
Absolutely.
right?
Fantastic.
Relief.
I had my times during history when I worked 24 hours, so I'm relieved I don't have to do that anymore. Yeah.
Thank you very much, and thank you for participating.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, camera.
Okay.